G'day everyone, welcome to this edition of DURKO's Notebook for the 2024 Dutch Grand Prix. After the European summer break, I finally remembered where the desk was and to come and do this notebook. Anyway, got a shitload of stuff I want to talk about, so pull up a pew, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. You wouldn't fucking read about it. So F1's been coming to Holland, especially the Zandvoort circuit, for a long time now. Of course, there was a extended period of there where they didn't race in the Netherlands at all for a period of time before recently returning to Zandvoort. And it's an iconic circuit. It's located on the Dutch coast, of course, and it's tight. It's a little circuit, like a glorified go-kart track, you'd almost say. But it's got some great banked corners in turn 3 and also the last turn. And I think it's a great circuit. It's changed the layout over the years, of course, but some people don't like it. They say it's too small, too tight. The current series of cars have outgrown it. But, you know, we're all open to our opinions. Some people love Miami. As you know, I just absolutely hate that joint. Anyway. So on to the two big topics I want to talk about. Obviously was a lot of discussion. This went around after the weekend and it finished up. That was Logan Sargent's crash in FP3, where he absolutely did the best he could to destroy that Williams car. Now, I've got to say, potentially Logan's got the makings to be a great driver, but I think he just tries to overdrive the car and outdrive himself. And that's where I think he comes unstuck, because he's just trying too hard to get the pace out of the car and out of himself. But in destroying that car, James Vowles has obviously made the decision that he's going to sideline Logan for the rest of the season, and basically for his F1 career, I don't think we'll see him back again at any team anytime soon, because his resume is not that attractive for potential team bosses to want to take him on. Now, there was some discussion around Antonelli, Lawson and Mick Schumacher being parachuted into that seat, but Toto Wolff was pretty quick to get on the horn and say, nope, sorry, you're not touching Antonelli. I think it would have been a great opportunity for him to open his eyes to the F1 circus for the rest of the season, as he potentially lines up for a drive with Mercedes from next year onwards. Now, of course, he's going to be an FP1 at Monza, but he was written out of the options, and Lawson and Schumacher were also not considered, because James has made the decision to go with their Argentinian reserve driver, Franco Colapinto. So we'll see what the young 21-year-old can do this weekend at Monza, as he's obviously got a seat fitting already done as a reserve driver. He's going to be ready to go. So it was interesting to see how he goes this weekend in his first real crack at the big time under the lights. So we move on to the race itself. Now, Lando Norris got pole. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that the McLaren car overall this season has improved dramatically, and it is a real threat to the Red Bull team. But to say Lando Norris couldn't start a race is like saying he can't start a conversation or an argument with his worst enemy, because he can't start a race. You got to admit, he's just the most shithouse race starter I've seen, because he just either bogs it down, slips the clutch, misses the opportunity. I don't know what it is, but he just stuffs it up, I think, time after time after time, and that's where he's got to focus now. He's got the pace, he's got the skill, whatever you need to go and win a race and to lead the front, but he's just got to work on his starts, because they're just shit, absolute rubbish to watch. Because, I mean, Max got in front of him, going to turn 1 at Tarzan, and obviously Norris came back to claw some pace back, but to win by 22.8 seconds over Max is a considerable feat in itself, because usually it's the other way around, Max winning by about half an hour in front of anyone else. Now, there was some discussion on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that Martin Brundle made the comment that maybe Max had lifted a bit to open up that gap that Norris had over him when Max came home in second, because he's got the shits with the team. His dad's got the shits. Yoss is in Horner's ear all the time saying, you've got to deliver a winning car for Max, what are you doing? The whole controversy with the investigation into Horner, all the other shit that's gone on. Adrian Newey's leaving, we don't know where he's going to end up yet. But maybe Max is starting to get a bit of the shits with the team, and it's maybe not the perfect harmony that it was for so many years previously. Now, Ferrari were surprised because they didn't have that much pace, or they were concerned about their pace and what they could actually deliver. But for Leclerc to come home in third is a great result, I think. But Piastri just seems to have been a bit of slope at the wheel. I mean, he's got the same car as Norris, or so we think, and why he couldn't deliver a better result, I don't know what's going on there, but hopefully Piastri can come back and win a race on his own merits. And obviously talking about McLaren, I'm going to give credit to Andre Stella. I think he's absolutely turned that team around because I think Zach said to him, mate, do whatever you need to deliver a winning package within the budget. And I think that's what Andre Stella's done, and full credit to him for what he's done to bring McLaren back from the days of, when Alonso was there and was, getting 60-place grid penalties, and it was just an embarrassment to the sport to see such an iconic team failing like they were, but they've come back. So there, this weekend we're off to Monza for the next round, and I shall look forward to reporting to you after Monza. It's a circuit I love to watch the cars at, and we'll see how Franco Colapinto goes in his first outing for Williams. So until then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.